This is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thank you so much for joining us. Topping our news today at noon, the Atlanta Braves could be one step closer to making the Suncoast their spring training home. This morning, ABC 7's Rebecca Vargas got word of a letter sent to Sarasota County from the Braves camp. She joins us now with the latest. Rebecca?
Well, Scott, the Major League Baseball draft has just begun, but that didn't stop the Braves from taking the time to let Sarasota County know they're serious about relocating to the Suncoast. A letter sent to the county administrator yesterday outlines the Braves organization's intent to continue discussions with the county on proposed financial terms. The organization believes that they've made a lot of progress to date and has retained design and construction consultants to help in refining the scope and the cost of building a facility. The county has been in touch with the Braves about a possible move since last summer. There's been talk about building a new facility for the team in Northport. Commissioners had authorized the county administrator to continue negotiations with the West Villages Improvement District and the team. The proposed campus in the master planned community of West Villages is envisioned to have training facilities, practice fields, as well as a 7,500-seat stadium. The location is a 100 to 150-acre site adjacent to State College of Florida, Venice, and the developer has offered to donate land and up to $12 million towards infrastructure cost.
The Atlanta Braves took the time yesterday to communicate to Sarasota County how pleased they are with the status negotiations between us as the land developer and with Sarasota County representatives. They've engaged local construction design professionals to look at the pricing and the design of the stadium, trying to move toward a financially feasible project. And I think that's a great statement, and hopefully we'll be able to work with them and complete that over the next summer.
In an emailed statement, the county says the letter reflects our ongoing conversations with the Braves and their continued interest in relocating to Sarasota County. We will continue to advance the negotiations with the goal of reaching an agreement for the team to make its long-term home in our community. The Braves do say they understand that a spring training facility will not be ready until the 2019 season, but they do want to continue negotiations with the county. Scott, back to you.
Hopeful news for a lot of Braves fans in the area. All right, thank you so much, Rebecca. In Manatee County, some upgrades could be on the way along major roadways. The Manatee County Planning Commission is recommending the County Commission change the comprehensive land use plan to allow for more development along 6 urban corridors. They include the Tamiami Trail, Cortez Road, State Road 70, and Manatee Avenue West. The proposed changes could allow for triple the amount of homes, double the amount of space for retail and office use. If the County Commission approves the proposed changes, it still faces state approval. The Planning Commission also moving forward with the school board's recommendation to remove changes to school impact fees in connection to extending the sales tax. Last year, the school board wanted to tie those impact fees to the extension of the half-cent sales tax, but after community opposition, decided to withdraw the request. The commission will vote on the issue later this month. The 90-year-old widow who had a sign on her lawn about her losing her home to the city of Sarasota can now breathe a little easier. A code-compliant special magistrate reviewed Marie Sikorsky's home improvements and agreed to waive all fines against her. Her neighbor spent weeks working on her house before putting up an eye-catching sign about the city threatening to force her out of her home. The subsequent social media frenzy caused dozens of offers of help and caused City Hall to take a closer look at the situation.
I don't think she understood exactly what needed to be done, or she was overwhelmed with what needed to be done and just not knowing who to ask or how to get help and stuff. And so it was just kind of the perfect situation for this kind of thing to happen.
I bet you're relieved.
Oh, definitely, because when the city gets after you.
Revels Construction of Sarasota donated thousands of dollars in free services and labor to help Sikorsky fix up that house. All right, let's get a check on our weather. Parts of the Suncoast have been getting drenched this morning, huh?
Yep.
Yeah,
they sure have. But it does look like for the rest of the afternoon, maybe a little bit drier conditions.
Oh, good.
You know, I think we'll probably see a little more showery activity down to the south of us, and then a little bit further inland, and maybe over the weekend we'll see a little more sunshine.
That sounds great.
Yeah, I'm ready for a little more sunshine. I think we all need it. I think we've got a little cabin fever going on in some places. Taking a look outside through Punta Gorda webcam as we put it into motion, you can see they have pretty big showers down to the south of us around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor. There have been big storms and some drenching rains. A lot of that now pushing a little bit further to the south, and with time I think we'll have to see that more and more. Still around Arcadia, you're getting some good rain showers there as well. Nothing terribly severe or anything like that. And a couple of showers in downtown, around downtown Sarasota, but otherwise I think we're in for generally less rainfall and less coverage as we head into the next couple of days. Today's daytime high will top out in the upper 80s. It'll be warm and humid once again, and we'll talk about that drier weather arriving in just a few minutes. Scott?
John, thank you. A Pinellas County Sheriff's deputy involved in a fatal Manatee County crash is represented in court today. Timothy Vaughn's attorney representing the deputy in court. Vaughn faces charges for DUI manslaughter and careless driving, among other charges. Troopers say back on May 6th, Vaughn drove out of his lane at the intersection of US 41 and 37th Street in Palmetto, hitting a motorcycle in front of him. 20-year-old Alexandria Marler was a passenger on that bike. She was thrown off the bike and then run over by Vaughn's vehicle. FHP investigators say Vaughn was under the influence of alcohol at the time of that crash. Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is looking for a budget increase to handle the growth in southern Lakewood Ranch. The department is asking the county for up to $6 million for the next fiscal year. That money would go toward hiring new deputies to patrol Lakewood Ranch, where thousands of new homes are planned. The increase would also help pay for mandated costs that have been increasing, like health insurance premiums and retirement plans. County commissioners will take up the budget request at a workshop later this month. Meanwhile, Sarasota Police Department is growing. A swearing-in ceremony was held this morning to welcome one new officer as well as promote a sergeant to a lieutenant. Officer Gustavo Lux joins the department as a second-class probation officer. He has 10 years of experience serving in the military. Says he wants to help the department build a positive relationship with the community. Meanwhile, Sergeant Dimitri Konstantinopoulos is now a lieutenant after being promoted during today's ceremony.
My goal is to ensure the community that here at the Sarasota Police Department we can police ourselves and we hold officers accountable.
Also today's ceremony, Chief Bernadette Tupino presented the Special Olympics with a $1,000 donation, which the department won at yesterday's hoagie building contest at Wawa. ABC 7's business commentator Jess Stern joined us now. The look at the day on Wall Street. Markets have been close to their highs. But how's today looking so far, Jeff?
You're correct, Scott. This week, everyone's been talking about the highs for the Dow and the S&P. So far, about 1% for the week, while NASDAQ's just a 0.5%. Unfortunately, yesterday we had a little bit of a turn down. Oil's been strong. Unfortunately, a lot of companies have said they're going to start pumping more supply. You know that means the price should come down. And the interesting news, the Treasury, 10-year Treasury, 1.6% for 10 years. Does not sound attractive, although foreign investors are really eating them up because over there's much lower rates. I woke up this morning, the futures were down, so let's see how we're currently trading. The Dow Jones Industrial is trading at 17,905, down almost 80 points, just under 1%, while NASDAQ's trading at 4,913, down 45 points, close to 1%. S&P 2,102, down 13 points, just over -1 or 0.5%.
Maybe we can turn those red into green arrows by the end of the day, Jeff. Well, Tesla's in the news for two reasons, and so we want to know, is that good or bad?
Well, Scott, let's start with the bad so we can end on a positive note. Tesla, unfortunately, their suspension has been under controversy. Causes some cars to lose control, as well as they're making him sign a non-disclosure agreement before they'll repair it. The National Highway Traffic and Safety said this is unacceptable, and they do expect Tesla to take that verbiage out of the contract. The good news is the Model S is coming out with a Model S60. It's going to be much cheaper at $66,000. Actually, that's about $23,000 cheaper than the current model. It will have a limited 210-mile capacity, although the Tesla 3 is the real key, $35,000. They're not going to start to production until 2017. You won't be able to get it until 2018. There's already been 375,000 people gave a $1,000 deposit. So, Scott, you and I both know we're going to have to wait and hope. We'll see. Tesla is a stock. 141 for a low for the 52-week, 260 for a high. Currently, it's trading around 220. Very volatile.
All right, sounds like it. Jeff, thank you so much.
Have a great weekend, Scott.
You too, sir. Well, Station 400 in downtown Sarasota is open for breakfast and lunch. Today, ABC7's culinary director Judy Gallagher shows us what's on the menu there. Judy?
I'm so happy to be here at Station 400. Today we're at their location on 4th Street. They also have another great location on Main Street in Lakewood Ranch. So either way you're going to go, you're going to find the best breakfast, brunch, and lunch items, beautiful mimosas, and everything is homemade. Whether you want something light, perhaps a salad or an egg white omelet, or you're going to go right into those big bad boy pancakes. I think they have the best blueberry pancakes in town. And I think by the time we're done with this, you're going to see why. You're going to get to meet the fairly new owner, Dean Fox, who's been a good friend, and I've known him for years in the restaurant business. And we're going to talk about some of the new menu items, some of the favorites, and what makes Station 400 so good all the time. You know, if you're planning maybe a little bridal shower, get together, this is going to be your spot. So bring up the train. We're coming into the station and we're enjoying time at Station 400.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Need a mortgage? Compare and save. Trustco Bank offers a variety of low-cost mortgages that are right for you, with friendly personal service. That's made Trustco one of the area's top mortgage lenders. Visit TrustcoBank.com for details.
Your hometown bank, Trustco.
Equal housing lender.
Discover the biggest savings of the year on some of America's favorite vehicles during the Drive and Discover event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get 4-wheeler magazines 4x4 of the decade, a new Jeep Wrangler as low as $25,999, or drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for just $19,999. Get a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
The home at 14 Green Street. The showing. The butterflies. The papers. The crunching of numbers. The offer, the counter, the poker face, the impasse. Finding the happy place. The compromise. The closing of loopholes, the ironing of wrinkles, the signing, the shake, no, the hug. The sign of a RE/MAX agent.
The official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Download yours today. Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So current air temperature outside is a warm and rather steamy 85 degrees. We have a dew point value at 75 with a west-southwest wind now at about 8. And that's one of the reasons I think that most of the activity that we're going to see a little later on this afternoon is going to occur inland. And it'll also occur down to the south where the moisture is a little bit thicker. So 85 degrees the air temperature, and across the region, it's kind of uniform temperature structure. 79 degrees in Arcadia, 79 Mayaca, 81 Northport, 77 in Inglewood, 81 in Punta Gorda. In areas where there's been more rainfall, the temperature is a little bit cooler. Then if you go north, where there has not been quite as much rainfall, we've got 87 in Parrish, 86 in Bradenton, 85 in Sarasota, 82 Longboat Key right on the water, and 86 out at Lakewood Ranch. Pretty sharp division between where the moisture is and where the moisture is not. And that will be the case right through the weekend. In fact, I think we'll see some of that drier air continue to kind of push some of the showery activity further to the south and lessen our rainfall chances. But right now, we've got some pretty good showers in progress. One just about at Lakewood Ranch, moving further to the north, extending all the way down to about Lake Sarasota. These showers and thunderstorms continue to push into inland areas. And then down to the south, we have some light rain falling for the most part. Most places, Northport, down around Rotunda, seeing some light rainfall. Again, this is not going to be the kind of stuff that causes you to pull off the roadway. And as we head into the afternoon, more and more of those showers will be located further and further to the south. We have a frontal boundary that kind of meanders across the center part of the state of Florida with high pressure to the north and back to the west. And underneath of that high pressure, there's some drier air that is slowly trying to intrude into our neck of the woods, which is going to lower our rain chances. And we'll look forward to that as that little trough of low pressure that we've had persistent all week long starts to fade away as well by the time we get to Sunday. So east drifting storms, lower weekend rain chances, and more sunshine, particularly I think by Sunday. We will see much more sunshine than we will on Saturday. But both days will feature, I think, less coverage than we have seen. The high moisture content air is that which is colorized here in the teal and the turquoise. And then the drier air is that which is colorized in the kind of tan colors. And that is moving in and forcing that sharp division between wet and dry a little bit further to the south. Watch the RPM computer model. We'll put it into motion. You'll see what I'm talking about. Showers building in inland areas and drifting off to the other coast, leaving our coastline kind of quiet for the rest of the afternoon, later afternoon particularly. And then tomorrow kind of quiet, and even into Sunday, I think fairly quiet, though we will have a scattered shower or two, mostly in inland areas, I think. Tropics, quick look here. It doesn't look too bad, actually. We usually look toward the Gulf of Mexico and toward the near Atlantic and the Caribbean. We have one large spinning gyre down in the Caribbean, but not much hope here of any kind of development as the upper level winds just not conducive. The red that you see here, an indication of high shear and winds coming very strong, ripping the thunderstorms apart. Redder is better on this map, and that's why I don't think we'll see any development there. So, tropically speaking, I think we're certainly clear right straight through the weekend and into next week. Northwest wind this evening at about 5 knots will bring you smooth conditions on bay and inland waters, and we'll be looking at a 7-day forecast that features more sunshine this weekend. Scott?
That sounds awesome. Thank you, John. In health news, California's new right to die law is now in effect. Terminally ill patients can legally end their lives with medication prescribed by their doctor. Doctors are not required to participate, and some religious-based healthcare systems can and have opted out. The process is complex. It requires 15 steps to be approved. Within the system, there are many challenges, including pushback from some doctors.
They say, I went to medical school to cure. And I would not want to participate in writing a lethal prescription.
4 other states in the U.S. have similar right-to-die laws in place. Well, it's something we all need here in Florida, sunscreen. But how do you know which one is right for you? Dermatologists say SPF is important, but there's more to consider. People often get hung up on the SPF, but it only measures protection against UVB rays. The best kind of sunscreen to use is one that has both a broad spectrum coverage, meaning it covers both UVA and UVB rays, and with a proper degree of SPF.
UVB are those midday burning rays and will get burned if you don't have a high enough SPF. But if you don't cover UVA, you get UVA from when the sun is up till the sun is down, and that UVA can cause basal cell carcinomas and squamous cell carcinomas down the road.
It's also important to remember to reapply sunscreen after you've been outside for a while, because it does wear off from exposure to water and sweat. Well, it's summer vacation time, and after it's over, the thought of going back to work can be sobering. Experts say back to work blues are real and that the depression can be tough for our emotional well-being. A Michigan State University psychology professor says there are ways to fix it. First, ease back into work. Don't try to get all caught up within 24 hours. Take advantage of the break in your routine to develop some new positive office habits. And don't dwell on that vacation or holiday experience. Move on and look forward to the next one. Still to come in your Suncoast News, Marcia Panucci will join us and share the story of Sleepy, a rabbit looking for a forever home, in this week's Pet of the Week.
Hurricane season is here, so when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
And track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device, turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Trustco Bank has hometown checking, free mobile app, no monthly fees, and free use of over 55,000 ATMs worldwide. Are you happy with your bank? Go to TrustcoBank.com for details.
Your hometown bank, Trustco.
Member FDIC.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Sunset Fiat is Italian style. Sunset Fiat is fashion forward. Come see the all-new Fiat collection at Sunset Fiat with new 2015 Fiat 500s priced from $12,999. Sunset Fiat is cool and sexy with freedom to move and room to evolve. Visit Sunset Fiat in Sarasota or shop online at fiatusaofsarasota.com.
Batteries Plus bulbs keep stacks of batteries for cars, cell phones, watches, plus light bulbs for lamps, can lights, and appliances right on hand. Did I mention we also repair smartphones? Batteries Plus bulbs. Trust the plus. Visit Batteries Plus bulbs today.
Just because someone grows older, does that mean they have to grow apart from their friends or from the things they love to do? With Right at Home, it doesn't. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to help with personal care, housekeeping, meals, and most of all, staying engaged in life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to go?
Oh, I sure am.
We can provide the right care right at home.
Time again to meet an animal in need of a new home. These pets come from local animal shelters here on the Suncoast. Today, Marcia Panucci tells us more about Sleepy from the Bishop Animal Shelter. Marcia?
We're so happy to be here today with little Sleepy. And Sleepy is available through Bishop's Animal Services and is a one-year-old female. I'm so happy to be joined by Samantha Dominus, who is the marketing director and also the special aunt to Sleepy here. Tell us a little bit about this rabbit.
Well, Sleepy is a one-year-old spayed female. We do fix all of our rabbits that come in, and so then they just can't reproduce, and we end up with more rabbits at the shelter. She came with seven other rabbits that were taken from a case in Manatee County, and we're the only shelter in the area that takes small animals, including rabbits. So we took all 8 of those animals, all 8 of the rabbits. So we have Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. That's why she's Sleepy.
She became Sleepy.
Yes, but she's a very, very snuggly and affectionate bunny. She's very soft. I've never felt such a soft rabbit before.
Now, we need to understand a little bit more about rabbits. Are they trainable?
Yes, you can actually potty train them. And they're extremely social animals. And at the shelter, we actually like to bond them. They can bond just like humans, I guess, can. But since they're such sociable animals, they actually can become depressed if they're alone. So we bond them, and then that is their their forever friend, basically. And you could do male-male, male-female, and since they're all fixed, you don't have to worry about them having little bunnies.
Right.
So she has a very calm and outgoing, you know, just very easygoing
wonderful
personality.
demeanor. She's been here in the studio. She's in hot lights and the cameras, and she's just as calm as can be. You mentioned, though, that she could be trained to go potty inside. So would that be much like a cat?
Yes, it's just much like a cat. We recommend you keep them in a contained area. But yeah, we set out little litter boxes for them with, you know, shredded newspaper, and they do learn. They're very smart creatures. I think we don't give them as much credit as they deserve.
Well, certainly you could put this little darling into a designer handbag and take Sleepy just about anywhere you wish to go. But you can call Bishop's Animal Shelter at 941-792-2863 to adopt Sleepy, who is waiting for you right now. That's 941-792-2863. Samantha, thank you so very much.
Thank you. And her adoption fee is $15 this month.
Well,
we're doing all of our rabbits are $15.
She's a bargain.
Yes.
Back to you.
Thank you both. Station 400 is unique with a train depot feel in the Rosemary district of downtown Sarasota. ABC 7's culinary director Judy Gallagher joins us now with more on the restaurant. Judy?
Welcome back. You have no idea how hard it is to sit at this table with so many delicious dishes. They haven't given me a fork yet. So I have time to talk to Dean Fox, the fairly new owner of Station 400. Dean, tell us how long you've had this place.
My wife and I purchased this in October of this last year, October 23rd.
And you've been in the business quite some time.
Probably 30 years, all my life.
And tell us a little bit about the history of Station 400. The building has some history itself.
It's a very interesting story. This actual building that we're looking at right now is original train station was in Kentland, Indiana, built in 1852. And actually, the story that behind it is they took it apart and reassembled it here in Sarasota. And actually, 50 years ago, I'm not sure the exact dates, but about 50 years ago, this actually was a train station in Sarasota.
That's so cool. So it has all those memories. You have a little train going around inside. I love your patio because it's so large. Tell us about how many people you seat and if you're pet friendly.
Oh yes, we are pet friendly. We have the doggy bowls, we've got the gates. We have majority of our seating is outside. So we have about 150 seats and about 2/3 is outside. So we are it's very pet friendly. We've got everything covered here. We're in the process of adding a new awning that's going to also help to keep the shade and keep the weather out if it does get windy or if it does get rainy as well too.
That's fantastic because we love eating outside, and yes, Norman and RJ do come to dine with us as well. So, and you're so close to being downtown in the farmers market. Like, this is something you can come for breakfast and then go over to the farmers market. Just cross right over Fruitville. There's plenty of lights that you can cross over.
Absolutely, absolutely. We go over there and try to promote and market over there and try to invite some people over, but we do get quite a few people from the farmers market on Saturdays.
That's great. Now, your other location is on Lakewood Ranch, right as you're entering Main Street. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that location.
We back up against Starbucks right there, right off of Main Street. Another location does a nice little business, and it's a little bit different. This one, we have the train station, but we don't have the history that we have here. This is the original building that we have.
But you're making new history over there, right?
New history, absolutely.
That's right, with great new neighbors.
Yep.
So stay with us, because when Dean and I come back, it's time for me to tuck into some blueberry pancakes and some of this great cuisine. We'll be back in just a few minutes with mimosas too.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Did you know? Many dogs are returned to shelters simply because they lack obedience. Contact Canine Corral about various training programs. We train dogs and their owners. Canine Corral, where the love is.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Attention! This is an important message for anyone who had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to their heart or lungs. Did your IVC filter move, break, or cause organ damage? The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, even death. If you or a loved one suffered serious complications, call IVC Filter Helpline now. You may be entitled to compensation. IVC filters are designed to prevent blood clots. If your IVC filter moved or broke and you suffered heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, or if a loved one died as a result, call IVC Filter Helpline today. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone. Call IVC Filter Helpline now.
Please call 800-897-6764. That is 800-897-6764.
Need a mortgage? Compare and save. Trustco Bank offers a variety of low-cost mortgages that are right for you with friendly personal service. That's made Trustco one of the area's top mortgage lenders. Visit TrustcoBank.com for details.
Your hometown bank, Trustco.
Equal housing lender.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Today, Louisville says goodbye to its favorite son as the nation pays tribute to an icon, Muhammad Ali. Tens of thousands have gathered for the celebration of the greatest at a huge public memorial, capping off a send-off carefully planned out by Ali himself. Remembering a champ on his terms, Muhammad Ali mapping out his own send-offs, starting with this 19-mile procession past his childhood home to his final resting place. Tens of thousands traveling from across the country and around the world to show the boxing giant dignity and respect.
Be gone, but he's still gonna live. He will live forever.
This isn't just a day. This is something that he rejuvenates in all of us, that feeling again.
Capping off the day, a memorial service for 30,000. The free tickets were gone in less than an hour. Dignitaries and celebrities among the attendees, including former President Bill Clinton and Billy Crystal, and Will Smith as a pallbearer. The celebration of Ali started Thursday with this traditional Muslim prayer service, bringing 15,000 people of all races and religions under one roof.
Use the exalted position of fighter in the ring to deal with social justice beyond the ring.
Fans and friends calling Ali a champion in and out of the ring, whose words inspired generations, but his voice seldom heard in recent years as he struggled with Parkinson's. Ali's grandson shared this on Thursday, the champ giving him this final piece of advice. Following the private burial ceremony, the family will gather for the public service. President Obama was unable to attend the funeral due to his daughter Malia's high school graduation. In other news, investigators are working to determine whether or not pieces of plane debris found in Australia and Africa belong to missing Malaysian Airlines Flight 370. An American man found 3 pieces of debris in Madagascar. And in Australia, another man found a piece of debris while walking along the beach of Kangaroo Island in southern Australia. Several pieces of the plane have washed up over the past year on coastlines around the Indian Ocean. But officials have had no luck so far finding the main underwater wreckage despite an extensive search. The plane vanished in March of 2014 with 239 people on board. An earthquake shook Southern California early this morning. The U.S. Geological Survey says the quake was centered north of Borrego Springs and hit just after 1 a.m. It had a preliminary magnitude of 5.2. Residents reported feeling that shaking in San Diego, West Los Angeles, and Riverside. Here on the Suncoast, John Scalzi's here to tell us more about some scattered showers in the area.
Yeah, some of them fairly heavy down to our south. I don't think we need any more rainfall for a while. I think we're done.
Yeah.
Had a week of very heavy rainfall, and we are approaching a monthly limit, so a little time to dry out would be nice. Get rid of some of the mosquitoes, you know, it'd be good.
They're everywhere.
They are everywhere right now. We do have some drier weather coming our way, too. We'll just get through that, and we'll be able to, I think, enjoy a little more sunshine. You can see those showers and thunderstorms rolling in across the area on our Punta Gorda webcam, and that is the fact. Down to the south right now, some fairly heavy storms right around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor, actually, producing some pretty heavy downpours of rain in areas around Northport, Punta Gorda, Rotunda, and all of that gradually drifting further to the east and to the south. We also have a few scattered showers in progress in interior sections of Manatee County as well, mostly east of the interstate. Not a lot of action on the west side of the interstate, and I think that'll probably be pretty much the case today. Not to say we won't get an isolated shower or two there, but most of the action is going to occur in inland areas. We'll put the rain chance at about 50% today. I think we'll be able to trend it down even further as we head into tomorrow. We'll have that forecast for you coming up in just a few. Scott?
John, thank you. Here in Florida, the Supreme Court is striking down a law that limits the amount workers can receive in compensation if they are injured on the job. The law limited compensation to 2 years. The Supreme Court is now ordering the payments be extended to 5 years. The decision comes from a lawsuit filed by a St. Petersburg firefighter who was no longer eligible for payments because he wasn't permanently disabled. However, his doctor told him he couldn't work. The change could impact Florida's businesses and how much they pay for workers' compensation insurance. A Pennsylvania woman is charged with murdering her 2 children while visiting Florida. The 7-month-old and 3-month-old children were found motionless inside an apartment in Broward County Wednesday. 40-year-old Sophia Hines is charged with premeditated murder. Police say she admitted to suffocating her own children one at a time using a bedsheet.
I knew she was going to kill those child. I take them. I would take them.
Well, police say Hines has confessed. They say she hasn't explained why she killed the children. Hines is being held without bond in jail. She's expected to appear before a judge later today. A school bus driver in Lee County has been taken off her route while the school district looks into reports she was watching videos on her phone while driving. Cell phone video has surfaced of the driver holding her cell phone in her lap while driving, while playing a video. One student on the bus says she's often caught the driver watching videos, even going on social media. Once, a friend even saw the driver run a red light.
The light turned red and that she just went right by it. And I was kind of like, oh God. It's really dangerous for all of us, especially since we're only in middle school. And if she were to get in a crash, it would be really bad.
The Lee County School District says drivers are not allowed to use cell phones unless it's an emergency, in which case they have to pull over to do so. SeaWorld's Orlando's tallest and longest roller coaster opening today. The 200-foot tall Mako debuts with speeds up to 73 miles an hour. The ride is the 5th coaster at SeaWorld Orlando. It anchors a 2-acre realm called Shark Wreck Reef, which includes a shark encounter attraction, educational exhibits, and dining and shopping outlets as well, if you can eat after riding that, huh? Let's check back now with ABC7's culinary director, Judy Gallagher. She joins us today from Station 400 restaurant in downtown Sarasota. Judy.
You know, I love that you can get breakfast straight through as well, and you have lunch. So let's start at the table and do this great arrangement of food, starting with your salmon salad.
Salmon salad is a new one we rolled out in March, and it's the sockeye salmon, fresh sockeye salmon. It's over a bed of lettuce with the radishes, the cucumbers, some peas in there as well, and also, not to mention, it's served with the Green Goddess dressing.
Which I love. Okay, now let's get to the really important thing for me.
This is your favorite, Judy. This is the one, the Judy Gallagher blueberry pancakes. What we make some unique, we like to cook them in there. We say that we want to have a blueberry in every bite. And
I love it. It's true. And the sauce, you make this beautiful vanilla butter.
It's a vanilla topped with the vanilla butter and powdered sugar, but it also has a vanilla bean and blueberry coulis in the.
So good. You have to just like get the whole thing. Watch out, it's dangerous. Tuna melts were my favorite in my restaurants back in the early 80s. It was a very California thing. You're bringing those bright flavors to California right here to Florida with this dish.
Yes, this is our open-faced tuna melt that we have. And we put our own little twist on it, just like a lot of things we do here. It's the tuna on top of the rye bread, or whatever type of bread you'd like, topped with the arugula, pickled radishes, and the avocado as well.
The pickled radish adds this great bite. Now we have the truffle Benedict.
This is everybody's favorite. This has been our most popular seller from as soon as we put it on the menu. It's a classic egg Benedict with truffle sauce with Canadian bacon. We put arugula on there, served with some button mushrooms as well.
And I'm loving that arugula. Now right over here, and I have to tell you, Dave Doreen has already called this baby our New England cameraman.
Yes. This is actually one we just came up with on our new menu as well too. It's one of our omelets, but we want to make it our namesake. So Station 400 omelet. And we want to make sure if we're going to put our name on it, we want to make sure it's great. And so what do you have to do? You put lobster and blue crab in there.
Oh yes, you do, and it's so creamy and luscious.
And we do top it with the truffle sauce as well too.
Yes, they do. Now these pancakes, my husband is going bonkers for.
Him as well as a lot of other people. We're getting a lot of great response. Another new item we had, and it's a bacon caramel sea salt caramel pancakes. And it's served with the orange zest on top, but we also have an orange butter on top, melted butter on top.
Fantastic. And of course, everybody loves a great croissant sandwich.
Yes, and this is another one of our personal favorites. It's our twist on a chicken salad sandwich. We use the croissant. It has the bed of lettuce underneath through the tomatoes, and we top it off with mango chutney, which gives it a little unique taste.
And wonderful sides, and of course, mimosas. So Dean, thanks for all that you do, and I'll be back in just a moment with dessert.
My dad is my hero, and I wanted to give him a chance to live life and be happy. Granny Nanny's has been a huge help. It has contributed to the health and happiness of my dad, for sure.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
The official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Download yours today.
US Med has great news for anyone living with diabetes.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, US Med will ship a new glucose meter right to your home.
And shipping is free.
My new meter uses only a speck of blood, so it's less painful than my previous meter.
If you have Medicare, private insurance, or prescription drug coverage, you're covered with US Med. We're welcoming new patients, even if your current provider can't supply you anymore.
I don't even have to test on my fingers anymore. I can test on my hand or forearms, and it's more accurate than my old meter.
So call US Med today, and you'll have a choice of 2 great meters.
One that actually speaks your results, or a meter so small it fits in the bottle of strips.
Act now, and US Med will include a free prescription discount card. We'll also send you a free diabetes cookbook. This is your opportunity.
So call US Med today.
You'll be glad you did.
Batteries Plus bulbs keep stacks of batteries for cars, cell phones, watches, plus light bulbs for lamps, can lights, and appliances right on hand. Did I mention we also repair smartphones? Batteries Plus bulbs. Trust the plus. Visit Batteries Plus bulbs today.
Granny Nannies. We've been making house calls for over 25 years. When you need home health care services, there really is no place like home.
Grandma! A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Warm and humid conditions outside right now with an air temperature of 86 degrees and a dew point of 74. The west wind, now established itself at 8 miles per hour, will push most of our thunderstorm activity into inland areas east of the interstate today. Trough low pressure still exists across the state, but it's kind of in the process of dampening out and certainly deforming in such a way that a little bit of drier air is beginning to filter in. Most of the heavy shower activity will be to the south and inland for the remainder of the day with that westerly wind flow, and the coastline should be fairly quiet. We might pick up a shower or two later in the afternoon and into the evening hours as the showers inland begin to die and some of them be pushed back toward the coastline. But for the most part, where you see them now is pretty much where they're going to be staying. Over by Rye, we've got some pretty big thunderstorms there, or one thunderstorm there, producing a core of some fairly heavy rainfall, but in general, certainly nothing that we wouldn't expect at this time of year. And also, the Charlotte Harbor kind of filled up with some rainfall at this hour. Rainfall rates in the center of the harbor, pretty good, but around, we're looking at fairly light to moderate rain falling in the periphery of the storm. And then right as you get closer and closer to the water, the rainfall rates go up to about ½ an inch to an inch per hour. We watch this trough of low pressure that has been kind of meandering across central Florida for days now, in the wake of Colin, actually. And what we will see will be that drier air will start to filter in, has already started to filter in, and the front itself will start to deform a little bit and eventually just wash away. And then we'll get some drier weather to establish itself in here as we head into next work week, particularly. I think most of next work week will feature pretty average summertime kind of weather. You know, showers and thunderstorms in the later part of the day in inland areas. We'll get rid of this morning activity that we have had for a while, and we'll start to dry out just a little bit. So east drifting storms today, lower weekend rain chances, and by that I mean we'll probably drop down to about, by Saturday, or Sunday rather, we'll be at about half the rainfall chance that we were yesterday. So that's a significant drying out. And more sun this weekend as well. You can see that drier air indicated by the tan colorizations filtering in over the state, limiting not only the number of showers that we have, but the amount of rain that they will produce as well. So we're not going to add a lot into the rainfall bucket over the course of the next few days. We have a couple of spotty showers around now. Our PM computer model put into motion shows most of that activity in inland areas, keeping the coast quiet. There'll be a few thunderstorms out in Gulf waters, but most of that will be south of our area, moving into areas from about Fort Myers southward. Then we have a pretty quiet overnight, and tomorrow, you know, probably do much of the same thing. Mostly inland storms, coastline remaining kind of quiet. And then on Sunday, I think the total coverage will be much less, and we'll have a lot more sunshine filtering in as we start Sunday. So that should be pretty nice. As far as the total rainfall futurecast goes, well, it's mostly in inland areas, and the total rainfall amounts are probably an inch or less in most locations on the Suncoast. Southwest wind at about 5 knots will bring you smooth conditions on bay and inland waters, and the official Suncoast forecast shows that drying out occurring to pretty standard for this time of year rain chances by the time we get to Sunday. Back to you, Scott.
John, thank you so much. After dealing with Tropical Storm Colin this week, it'll be nice to have the weekend to relax and enjoy a little entertainment. ABC 7's Linda Carson has a few ideas on things to do this weekend in the Suncoast scene.
Kick off your weekend with Friday Fest on the Bay with music by Coco Ray and the Keepers.
They're a great band from Anna Maria Island. The really interesting part about Coco Ray is he plays 2 saxophones at once, which I kind of think is pretty exciting. I haven't seen that before. But the kind of music that they play is really, it's accessible to everybody. It's a combination of blues, jazz, R&B, and some country.
We're going to play a lot of different music, some original stuff, some R&B covers, some old classic rock and roll covers, and it's going to be a great time.
Coco Ray and the Keepers. ABC 7 is so excited to be a sponsor. And you guys, I'm going to be on stage with you Friday night. It is Behind the Manuezo Friday, 5 to 9. Admission is free.
Are they on your thighs? Oh, no, don't be deceived. Or your waistline size? Well, you can make believe.
Menopause the Musical opened this week at the Manatee Performing Arts Center.
In Menopause the Musical, 4 women that are very distinct meet each other in a Bloomingdale's and find out that they all have menopause in common. And it's a celebration of this life change as they find out all of the things that make it universal.
Are they on your thing?
The words are set to the tunes of popular songs.
They're those tunes that we heard growing up, so it really makes sense to hear it with a new lyric. They just say, like for example, we do, everyone knows Puff the Magic Dragon. It's in our show, it's Puff My God, I'm Dragging.
Menopause the Musical at the Manatee Performing Arts Center through June 19th. The Sarasota Orchestra opens its 52nd annual Sarasota Music Festival this week. And the good news is there are several concerts this weekend that are open to the public. Here's a sample of what you'll hear.
What you're going to hear is extremely able, talented, and earnest and ambitious young players, ambitious for the right reasons, just to share what they've learned.
Concerts Friday and Saturday nights at the Opera House, Sunday afternoon at Holly Hall. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Linda, thank you. With elephants no longer part of the show, the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus is now trying to attract a younger crowd through technology. The parent company of the circus, Feld Entertainment, is based in Manatee County. It's rolling out a new app along with a new space-themed circus performance. The show, called Out of This World, includes ice skaters and motorsports. Coordinating app allows people to take selfies that will be broadcast during the circus. It will also allow fans to interact with performers once inside the stadium or tent. The show opens July 14th in Los Angeles. We'll be right back with entertainment news.
It's time again for My Suncoast's Bark in the Park with the Bradenton Marauders at McKechnie Field. Bring your best friend with you to the ballpark for Yappy Hour, benefiting the Humane Society of Manatee County, June 16th at 6:30. Visit BradentonMarauders.com for info. Sponsored by ABC 7.
Are you or a loved one currently suffering from chronic knee pain, arthritis, or osteoarthritis of the knee? Has physical therapy, surgery, steroid injections, ibuprofen, and other NSAIDs failed to provide relief? Then you may be a candidate for our Advanced Arthritis Relief Protocol.
The AARP program utilizes the latest fluoroscopic guidance technology to deliver a new joint fluid supplement that cushions the knee and reduces pain. Specialized knee bracing is then applied to unload the knee and increase joint space. Finally, advanced rehabilitative therapies are performed to strengthen the muscles and ligaments of the knee. When combined, these treatments have helped many patients reduce or even eliminate their joint pain and return to normal active lifestyles. The best part is the AARP program is covered by most insurance, including Medicare. Tired of living with knee pain? Then call the number on your screen right now
to see if you qualify for our Advanced Arthritis Relief Protocol.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford because Sarasota Ford guarantees you our lowest price on every new Ford every day. Save on America's best-selling truck, 39 years running, the Ford F-150. Fusions, Escapes, over 800 vehicles on site or online, all on sale. Buy with 0% for 60 months. And now, get up to 2,000 trade assistance. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
When you don't know who you are, you can be anyone you want to be. You're coming with me.
Ooh, where are we going?
To the most wondrous place in the world.
Roll up, Tableviews Traveling Circus is here!
This isn't a fairy story. People don't always live happily ever after. But we will. I'm Hetty Feather, and this is my story.
Welcome back. It has been such a delicious experience at Station 400. I love the outdoors and that it's pet friendly. Love the options of breakfast and lunch. I can get the pancakes and I can get the tuna melt. Now I want to finish up with a great cappuccino. Of course, they have a variety of mimosas and they're always adding fun new flavors. So make sure you ask them about that. And then you can finish up with these delicious waffle sausage bites. They are so much fun. It's dipped in homemade batter with maple syrup, little powdered sugar. This is a great way to kind of have a brunch appetizer or finish it up with dessert, sweet and savory. And of course, their version of key lime pie. It's nice and tart and cool in these summer months, but you gotta also have a little cappuccino, right? So cheers to a great day at Station 400. I know you're gonna enjoy it too. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Judy. In entertainment news, a filmmaker is not afraid to take on Queen Bee in court. A man from Louisville is suing Beyoncé for allegedly copying parts of his short film in the trailer that accompanied her new album, Lemonade. He claims the defendants infringed on his copyright because the two films are visually similar. And it's awesome, baby. On his 77th birthday, Dick Vitale signing on for another year with ESPN. It will be his 40th season with the network. His deal will go through the 2018-2019 season. Vitale says his goal is to be the first announcer ever to call a game at 100 years old. The Lakewood Ranch resident joined ESPN during the 79-80 season, just after the network's September 1979 launch. He's worked more than 1,000 games since then. The Monkees are making a comeback. The 60s band is back on the Billboard chart. Their first studio disc in 2 decades has debuted at number 14 on the Billboard album chart. It's their highest spot on the chart since 1968. The album Good Times features recently completed songs dating back to the 60s, plus new tracks penned by a variety of modern songwriters. And Rob Lowe is about to get roasted. Comedy Central has announced the actor will be the target of this year's celebrity roast. It'll be taped in Los Angeles sometime this year. The network's president explained the choice succinctly and a bit redundantly, saying, Rob Lowe is handsome, talented, successful, and handsome. He needs to be roasted. It's a little unfair, I've always thought, about the guy keeps getting older and he's just a
better
he's a
and better
good-looking
looking,
guy.
yes.
Yeah.
There will be many opportunities to roast.
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. Have a wonderful weekend ahead, and we invite you back today at 5. See you later.